Commuters plying the Kpone-Dawhenya section of the Tema-Aflao Highway are seething with anger over the regular gridlock caused by the stalled road expansion project on the stretch. Many say the congestion is not only disrupting their daily routines, but also taking a toll on their health. Our very own Collins Frimpong has been exploring the impact of the congestion on the motoring public and filed this report.
The Kpone-Dawhenya stretch of the Tema-Aflao Highway serves as a critical transit route for neighboring countries like Togo and Burkina Faso. It is also a regular stretch for the motoring public from sprawling communities such as Ningo Prampram and Kpone. But the nature of the route has made it a lingering nightmare for its users. Residents, however, breathed a sigh of relief when on October 25, 2020, President Akufo-Addo cut short for the commencement of the upgrade of the dual carriageway to meet international standards. The daily stress of being stuck in traffic has left many feeling overwhelmed and anxious anytime they approach the road.
The traffic is affected very bad. It is very bad. If you can see from Barrier to Central University, it's about almost 10 to 12 kilometers. And somebody will be in the traffic for long, even 5 hours being in traffic. It's very bad.
The traffic is not easy. Sometimes from Central University, the traffic musa kokpon barrier. Before you reach Accra, maybe your diesel will finish.
Assuming this morning like this, we wake up very early because of the traffic. Wake up around 3:30 that way.
The prolonged congestion on the road is not only a nuisance, but a financial burden for many. Business operators claim they are losing customers as the hours spent stuck in the gridlock disrupt schedules and undermine productivity.
Because with the drivers, the more you go, the more you gain. But meanwhile, you take one road to Central University. Imagine, I say 5 hours. From now to 5 hours. If you calculate how many hours, before I come, work stop.
If you get one trip, you will do the traffic inside, all the fuel will finish for the cancer before you reach the place where you are going.
Reporting for Joy News, Collins Frimpong.
And that is the situation there. You know, I feel for them because I used to ply the stretch, going to work at Prampram many years ago. And trust me, it can frustrate the life out of you, getting to work. There were days when I would return from work, clothes on everything, you kick your shoes off and you're
just
like,
knocking
it's
off.
exhausting.
Ah, well.
I remember sometime this year, I had to go to Esuchare, and even the journey, because you have to go through that stretch, it's crazy.
I don't have that experience, but just watching this, the guy saying all your fuel will be exhausted just for a short distance. Ah, well, I don't want to be in those shoes. But thankfully, Carlos Caloni is on grounds right now with us, and he's bringing us more information, helping us put this in perspective. He's on Community 22 Junction.
25, actually.
25 Junction. Yeah. Carlos Caloni, if you can hear us, what's going on where you are, and how bad is the situation?
Hello, Carlos. Can you hear us?
Twitchy, I can see the traffic situation here on the Dawhenya to Tema stretch is intense. As you can see in your shots there, both sides of the road are choked now. Those heading towards Dawhenya are in traffic, as well as those returning from Dawhenya towards Tema are in some heavy traffic situation. Let me give you some little background about this road. This is an international road that leads all the way to Nigeria. And so if you're going to Togo, if you're going to the Volta region, this appears to be one of the shortest ways to connect to the Volta region. Now, apart from the fact that it is an international road, there are a lot of communities around here. Going to the Adan area, Dawhenya, Central University, as many communities as possible. And the traffic situation is not new. This has been the situation for the past 8 years, which actually pushed the government to commence some expansion work on this particular stretch. In fact, in 2020, President Akufo-Addo actually broke ground here for that expansion work. And that expansion work was supposed to last for some 18 months. But some months into that construction, the DDEP was announced, and this has actually affected the construction. Even though contractors are on site now, they are not working. And this has compounded the traffic situation. And as you can see, many people are in the traffic here, and we would like to speak to a few of them to understand how long it took them from Dawhenya to get here. Yes, sir. You are live on Joy News. Tell us where you are coming from and how long it took you from Dawhenya to get to this point.
Yeah, from Dawhenya to this place, we spent like 2 hours because of traffic.
You spent 2 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this the first time you are facing this on this road?
No. Because of bad road, the bad road.
Okay.
Yeah. The road no good.
It's a situation you face all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you actually returning from?
We are from Aflau.
Okay.
To Accra.
All right. What would you want to say to the authorities about the expansion work on this road?
Oh no, I'm saying I can't.
Okay, we appreciate your time. So that's a motorist. He said he spent about 2 hours in the traffic, and you can see in your shot there how intense the traffic is. But you can see a military vehicle coming. That's actually an immigration vehicle, and this is what happens on this road. Those in authority, some of them actually use their vehicles to beat the traffic situation whilst the civilians grapple with it. I have here another motorist to share his experience with us. How long have you been in this traffic since morning?
2 hours.
How many hours?
Almost 2 hours.
2 hours. From where?
From Dawhenya going to Tema.
Wow.
And sometimes it's very hectic because it's a single lane. Meet me, I meet you. The cars, they are maneuvering and all that. It's difficult here.
How is this impacting the work you do and your productivity?
If you work in Tema and you plan on leaving the house by 6 a.m., you get to work by 8:39. And from here to Tema is just 15 minutes, 15-20 minutes. But you can be here for 1.5 hours, which is very bad.
Okay. So what would you want to say to the authorities?
The government should do something about it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. So that's a motorist actually sharing his experience with us there. And you can see in your shot the Ghana immigration vehicle GI-26. They were actually trying to dodge this traffic situation, but as soon as they saw our cameras, they found a way to, go back into the, the traffic. So as you can see, it goes all the way to the Central University area, to the Dawhenya area, and it's a two-way traffic, which has really persisted for some time, and we would like to see if we can get another driver to speak to about this situation. So my name is Carlos Calodi. Okay, all right, so he will not speak to us here. We'll try and see if we can get any other, I also have here a number of drivers, commercial drivers who actually ply this road on daily basis. We want to pick their thoughts on how this is actually impacting the work they do here on the Dawhenya to Tema stretch. All right, so you are live on Joy News. Give us your name and tell us the work you do here and how this situation is actually impacting your work.
Yeah, my name is Joseph Kujogakpo. I'm the chairman of the taxi rank at the 25 junction. Actually, for more than 1 year now, we will not be having it because of the traffic situation. It makes our work or our production come down because when you move, it takes about 2 or 3 hours to get back to your destination. Actually, it's not helping our work at all. It's not helping us. So,
okay. If you say it's not helping you, what exactly do you mean?
What I mean is that it makes our productivity is very low because you cannot work like the way you have to work. It's making our productivity very low. We are not getting our daily sales before we can pay our daily sales so that we can pay whatever we have to do. We are not making any impact. It's having an impact on our work. We are not enjoying the work. The traffic is too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let me come to you. For you, what impact is this situation, the daily traffic, having on the fuel and the amount of money you put into fuel in your vehicle?
Okay, now in Ghana, we all know that the fuel is expensive. And you've been trying for almost 5 hours for just Dawhenya here. 10 to 12 kilometer road. It's not, if there's no road, 5-minute drive. But you've been trying for 5 hours. and you burn all your fuel. See, and even when we are going, you have to come fast and come and pick somebody. You can't get that time to time. Instead of going more by the close of the day, you can only go 2 to 3 trips per day, which is very bad.
So that's affecting your pocket and the work you do?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so as drivers who ply this stretch, what is your word to the road ministry as well as government?
Oh, please, now we are appealing to the government to come to our aid, because the traffic is affecting us a lot. So we want the government to counterweight and help us to do the road. So we are appealing to the government, because we know this year is election year. We want us to help us. Otherwise, we want to show our powers.
If the road is not done, you show your powers. Tell us what you mean.
Oh, but you know that this is our year. We, the voters, this is our year. So if you don't help us in suffering, we also show our powers by not to vote for you. So if you do the right thing for us, we also support you to push you in. That's what we mean.
So, yesterday, the road ministry told us they were bringing some mobile maintenance team onto this road to ensure that they're able to patch the deplorable portions of the road to enhance free movement of vehicles. Tell us if you've seen any of such team on the ground since yesterday.
No, not at all. Yesterday we heard it, but we didn't see anything like that. We are also sitting to expect to see those things on the road, but we didn't see anything at all up to date. See, look at the time now. It's almost 9 o'clock, 9 that way. Somebody will be in the traffic by this time. And we know in Ghana you have to report by 7:30 to 8. You have to report in work. But see, by this time, people are in the line. What will you get to work to do your business?
All right. So thank you so much for talking to us. We have another motorist here to share his experience with us. I believe he's been in the traffic for some time. You are live on Joy News. Give us your name and tell us where you are coming from and your experience in this traffic.
I'm staying 25 years. And my name is Emmanuel. You see, the traffic from the factory or the road they are doing, they stopped. Because of the runabout for the Kpone-Dawhenya, this causes the traffic. Yeah, and another one too is here, the same thing. You understand?
Is it an everyday experience for you?
Every day, every morning, 24 hours, unless from maybe 10 o'clock going before.
Okay.
The traffic is too much for we.
And we hear it start from Monday to Monday.
Monday to 24. That's what I said. Monday to Monday. Sunday you are going to church, you join traffic, anytime traffic. Because of the barrier, the road they are constructing the road. They for leave the runabout, so they go free.
Okay.
Because of the runabout, the big cars can't turn. So the big truck who are causing the traffic.
Okay. How do you feel about the fact that the expansion project, which commenced somewhere in 2020, has stalled?
The project should come and continue. See how the project is going on. They stop the project. So as they start the project, they dig some places where the car can park. That place all, you see, that place all consume the traffic, causing the traffic for that place. Because where the cars will park, they construct that place, they leave it.
Okay, so what would you want, briefly before we let you go, what would you want the government to do immediately to at least ease movement of vehicles on the road?
Immediately, the government should build some machines so that, they do some emergency roads so that if the traffic, you can swerve it.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. So that's a motorist. He's been sharing his experience here. It's a crazy situation here on the Dawhenya stretch, and a lot of motorists are expressing their concerns, as well as passengers who actually bought this commercial vehicle. You're a commercial driver. I believe you use this road often. You are live on Joy News. Tell us your experience on this road with regards to the traffic.
Thank you. Yeah, we are facing a lot of traffic. So we want, if the government can do anything, something about it for us so that the traffic will go down small. Thank you.
How is it affecting the work you do?
Oh, we waste a lot of time on the traffic. So, like, if they will do something about it, that the traffic can go down small, it will help us.
This morning, where are you coming from? Tell us how long it took you to get to this 25 junction.
From La Paz. But today there is good small.
Oh, you mean today even the situation is better?
Yeah.
With all this traffic?
Yeah, today is good small. Because last 2 weeks Monday, we started from Dawhenya Junction to Kpone-Dawhenya. It's not easy. We spend about 3 hours in the traffic. So today there is good.
Look into the camera and speak to the road ministry. What would you want done about the situation?
Oh. The traffic is too much, so we want the minister to do something about it on the road.
Okay. Your full name again?
Joseph Kwa.
Okay, hold on for me. You have some passengers on board who also want to share their experience with regards to the road. Give us your name and tell us your experience.
My name is Robert Ofwe Mensah. Yeah, I've been living at Dawhenya for the past 13 years. And then the traffic situation on the road is so terrible. For the past 3 years, we are not getting it easy at all. I left home almost 1 hour now, and look at where I am. So please, we want the government to come and do something on the road as early as possible, because it's too much for us.
How is this affecting emergency situations?
It affects a lot. I'm still in such situation because I'm going to meet a client. And looking at the time, definitely the time will beat me, but I have no option. So please, the government must do something quickly.
Okay, your full name again?
Robert Ofwe Mensah.
Okay, that's Robert Ofwe Mensah. He is just one of the thousands of passengers who ply this road on a daily basis. He's been sharing his experience as well as commercial drivers and private drivers on this particular road. You know, Akapo, it's a crazy situation on the Dawhenya road, and all they are asking is for the road ministry to, you know, come back to the road and ensure that at least the portions that are bad are, you know, rehabilitated to ease movement here. But let me share an interesting piece with you here. On this road, at every intersection, you see police officers dotted all over from the, you know, Tema motorway interchange all the way to Pram Pram Junction. You see 2 police officers here at the Community 25 Junction, right in front of the Goodness Filling Station. As early as 4:30 a.m., they start their work all the way into the evenings around 10 p.m. And that's the toll this situation is equally having on the police officers here. And there are a number of them from here to the Mutual. So we've been trying to speak to them regarding the difficulties they go through with regards to directing this traffic. But as you know, it's difficult for them. But off camera, they've been telling us how grueling it's been for them. Every day, you spend so many hours directing this traffic day in, day out. That has been the situation. And if you look at the time now, one would have expected that by now, the traffic would have gone down. But the situation is same. We have another motorist who wants to share his experience with us. Give us your name and tell us your experience on this road. You are a mother, I believe.
Yes, I am. I'm do feel for Dankwa. In fact, it's a very worrisome situation here, and I can't even tell when exactly the traffic is managed or it's okay. It's almost every time, and it delays works and everything. We suffer here, so we are pleading to the authorities to come in our aid and help us expand whatever the road so that we will be able.
Okay. As a mother, I believe you have kids and you need to prepare them for school. Tell us what you go through at dawn to get your kids to school.
Because of that, they were attending school at Tema, but we have changed their school for them now because we cannot manage the traffic. It will be something terrible. We have to maybe, if we were supposed to take them, you have to wake up at around 3:30 and prepare them because their father also will be going to work. So because of that, we have changed their school. Okay. Yeah, so that we can manage.
Okay, and we understand pregnant women use this stretch, you know, to go to hospital for delivery and all that. Share some experience that you know with us.
Okay, when I got here, I had already given birth my sister-in-law. And it wasn't all that easy. So she had to go to antenatal at home. And any time that she will be going, she has to leave house very early because of the traffic. Okay. Yes, right.
Great talking to you there. That's a mother who has been sharing her experience with us on this Dawhenya. I would want my cameraman to pan to the other side, which is actually the flow of traffic from the Dawhenya side. As you can see, look at the time. This is the situation. It's affecting mothers. It's affecting kids who go to school early morning. It's affecting emergency situation. It's equally affecting businesses. As you heard from those drivers, they've had to spend hours in traffic, you know, burning fuel, and you know the cost of fuel. And they believe that something ought to be done about this particular situation. Today, we are still on the stretch. We are monitoring if the ministry is actually going to dispatch the mobile maintenance team to this road as they promised. We are keeping our eyes on it to see if they will be here. But those we spoke to since yesterday up to now, they have actually registered their displeasure and disappointment over the failure of the road ministry to dispatch the maintenance team onto the road to at least enhance free movement of vehicles. Yeah, so Akako, I can tell you that the situation here, it's a crazy one. You have a personal experience on this road, and you can relate what these motorists have been sharing here. Akako.
Carlos, just a few quick thoughts. Sweetie has something for you as well, but two things. The repair work, so you don't know when exactly it's going to start. As of now, you're only hoping it will commence. And the police officers, did you interact with them? What is their experience standing here every day and having to go through this from their standpoint?
Not sure when exactly the road ministry is actually going to deploy the mobile maintenance team. When they spoke to us 2 days ago on Newsnight, they gave the assurance that the following day, which was yesterday, they were going to deploy the mobile maintenance team. But we spent the whole of yesterday on the stretch. We did not see them. And today is early day. It's before 12. We are hoping, yes, we can only hope, because they've not really given us specific timelines within which they actually going to deploy. So we are hoping that they will actually be here. With regards to the police, off camera, they told us it's a Herculean task for them, because, you know, these drivers, most of them are rushing to their workplaces. Many of them are trying to catch deadlines and all that. And so when they try to, you know, regulate, let me use that word, their movement, it becomes challenging for them. And so they go through a lot. And the fact that they've had to stand here for many hours is not an interesting experience. And the most painful aspect for them is that they don't even know when this is actually going to end. And you know how the temperatures are. And for these police officers to spend hours on this particular stretch, to them is a very, challenging situation here. So, I mean, it's not only the drivers who are facing the impact, but the police officers are equally facing the impact. Earlier, it's important to know this, when we got to this point, there was an ambulance also stuck in traffic. So we tried to speak to the driver, and he said, you know, the vehicle from the other side, the road is equally narrow. So getting space for the ambulance to actually use the median of the road was a challenge. So imagine somebody in a critical situation, and even the ambulance cannot travel the road because of the nature of the road. You can tell that it's actually also impacting lives, it's impacting, emergency situation and everything else. And so the major call from motorists and residents here is for the road ministry to do something as soon as possible to ensure the road becomes motorable and enhance free movement of people. A number of the motorists we've been speaking to also told us what is actually compounding the situation has to do with the Belacqua entrance. Belacqua is a water processing company on the stretch, and they have trucks that go in and out to pick their product. And so that also caused a lot of delay at that portion, which also leads to the gridlock. And so they are asking the road ministry to do something about that particular entrance so that those trucks can use alternative routes to go through into the company to at least ease the process. So, Akako, that has been the situation here on the ground at the Dawhenya to, Tema stretch. It's a crazy situation, as you can see there in your shot.
Carlos, in terms of impact, I'm curious to know if you've interacted with students or parents. Share with us. How is this affecting their mental health? I mean, by the time you spend 2-3 hours in that traffic, when you get to your workplace or school, are you able to be productive? Have you interacted with anyone with that experience you can share with us? How is it affecting their mental health in particular?
Well, that's an interesting point. We'll try to get Carlos back on that. I can tell you for a fact, as someone who has experienced that, it's excruciating.
Yeah.
Like, you know, brain fatigue. Like, you get tired. Like, before you get anywhere, you just feel tired. And your productivity, you lose productivity.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
Tragic.
You lose productivity. It's a very delicate situation. It doesn't matter. You see, I was asking about the police officers. It matters not who is involved. Everybody in the chain, those police officers trying to assist and all of that, everybody feels it. But I think we have Carlos back now.
We do have Carlos. Carlos, I was asking if you've interacted with some children or students, and if you can share with us how this gridlock situation is affecting their mental health. Are they able to be productive, to function in school when they get to school after spending hours in the traffic?
Traffic.
My name is Nanaya Asamoah. The traffic here is very terrible. Imagine leaving home by 6 and my kids go to school here. I leave home by 4 a.m. 4 a.m. And the traffic here is terrible. My friend, is very terrible. I've been in since 15 minutes ago and I haven't even gotten to Kpone-Dawhenya.
So from 4 a.m. you've now been able to drop your kids at school and now going to work?
Going to work. I'm now going back to Accra. Look at the traffic. I'm still in it. Yeah.
What would you want to say to the Ministry of Road?
I heard they were coming to expand the road, but nothing is being done here. You can't see anything going on. We need the roads to be expanded for us to move. Yeah.
Okay. Your full name again?
Nanaya Asamoah.
Okay, so that's Nanaya's story. From 4 a.m., look at the time. It's almost 10 a.m. He's now been able to drop his kids off and he's now going to work. So you can imagine the level of impact on his productivity and cumulative productivity output of those who live at this part of the country. There are women who also try and see if we can talk to them. Sweetie, earlier you were asking, I really didn't catch that. But you can come back again. This is the situation. We are right
Carlos,
in the middle of
if you can hear me, I was asking about the impact on their mental health, especially for the children and students who ply that road. Have you had any experience you can share with us? Just to put in perspective how grave the situation is and get the authorities to come to their aid as soon as possible. Can you share stories about how this is affecting the mental health of everyone, but in particular children and students?
Indeed, Sweetie, that's a very great angle. Earlier, like I said, we got here as early as 5:30 a.m. and we had some interactions with so many people. One woman I spoke to told me the story of Nanaya, where she's had to prepare the kids as early as 3:30 a.m. And she told me how difficult it is for her kids to even get up from bed, and around 3:30 to 4, when after taking their baths, they are still dozing off, and around 4:30 to 5, they've had to take their breakfast. And by 5:15, they have to leave home. And even 5:15, they still encounter the traffic situation. So on their way from the house to the school, they spend a number of hours, and the kids usually would sleep in the car. By the time they even get to the school, they are exhausted. So, of course, the mental impact of this situation is not just affecting motorists, but it's equally affecting children, underage children. Imagine you would have to, even adults, getting up as early as 4 or 3 a.m. is not easy. Apart from that, you can equally imagine the impact on their health. The fact that they've had to breathe in, there's smoke from the vehicles. every day because you spend a lot of time in the traffic. So apart from the mental health, it's actually impacting their health too because they spend a lot of time in traffic. So the impact of this traffic here on the Dawhenya Road is wide. We cannot exhaust all, and the plea from road users as well as residents around is for the government to at least ensure that the intersections on this road are motorable to ensure a free movement of vehicles. Yesterday when we came on this road, we got some information that the Kpone barrier area is going to be opened up. You know, as it is now, it's a sort of a roundabout, but they are trying to open it up so that the vehicles coming from Accra will just drive straight, and those from here going will also go straight. But we don't know how that is actually going to impact or enhance traffic flow, because there are also vehicles from the Michelle Camp side heading towards the Kpone barrier, as well as from Kpone Township also coming to that same intersection. So the best bet should have been an interchange, which they started as part of that expansion project but has stalled. And so opening up that place, those drivers I spoke to were not really, optimistic that that development can enhance the traffic flow. So, Sweetie, I believe that we've been able to touch on your concerns. But yes, you can see the vehicles are not moving, and this can stay for the next 5 minutes. Then the police up front will now push them forward, maybe about 10 vehicles, and then they stop them again. That is the situation, Sweetie.
Well, thank you so much, Carlos Kaloni, for bringing us live updates from that Community 25. In fact, the entire Dawhenya stretch and how it's impacting commuters. Thank you, Carlos. Benjamin, you have experienced this, so I don't even want to imagine how you feel watching this again live.
It's heart-rending, like I said, and no one deserves to go through this. It just, doing this, you see, you spoke about mental health. Yeah. Doing this for a week can really get you in a very, I mean, you get angry over things that you shouldn't even get angry over, and it impacts you. But